Covering the Carolinas this Friday morning, South Carolina DHEC says the first shipments of H1N1 flu vaccine are expected in the state next week. DHEC thinks it will get more than 25,000 doses of the nasal spray vaccine. DHEC says injectable vaccines will begin arriving shortly after. Dozens of state tax returns and checks, some going as far back as 2006, were never processed. They were recently found shoved in a former employee's desk drawer.
That it did happen.
Now, for confidentiality reasons, the department cannot identify which individuals and companies had their forms stuffed in a drawer. However, they will not face penalties, and if anyone deserves a refund, they will get it with interest. Well, next on News 13, a setback in history in this morning's timeline, and still to come, a recap of today's top stories. Time now, coming up, 6:18. All right, thank you, Diane. Well, the Myrtle Beach International Airport has the green light to move forward with the construction of a new terminal. The Community Appearance Board gave its final approval Thursday afternoon. The terminal will go at... Well, time now is 6:49. Welcome back. Making news around the world this Friday. Chicago will find out today if it gets the nod from the International Olympic Committee to host the 2016 Olympic Games. The city is competing against Rio, Tokyo, and Madrid to host the lucrative Summer Games. President Obama joined his wife Michelle, Oprah Winfrey, and former Olympians in Copenhagen to lobby for the Windy City. The countdown is on for Iran to comply with international nuclear inspectors. President Obama says the country has 2 weeks to allow inspectors to examine a nuclear fuels plant Iran kept secret. The U.S. is threatening harsh sanctions if Iran does not cooperate. And turning now to news across the nation this morning, after months of fighting on both sides of the aisle, Democrats steered health care legislation to the brink of a major advance in the Senate. Supporters say the bill will protect millions of under and uninsured Americans and slow the growth of health care costs. A final committee vote is expected early next week. And late-night host David Letterman acknowledged on his show late last night that he had sexual relationships with female employees and that someone tried to extort $2 million from him over the affairs. CBS says an employee who works on the news magazine show 48 Hours is charged with attempted grand larceny in the case. Count on a rundown of this morning's top stories when we come back. Plus, Chris takes a look at today's forecast. Time now, 6:51. Well, the South Carolina Ethics Commission asked the state Supreme Court to dismiss Governor Mark Sanford's arguments to prevent the House from getting an investigative report. Last week, Sanford asked the court to force... That was Chris Cato reporting. If convicted on all counts, these men face some pretty stiff sentences. Wells faces a maximum possible sentence of 45 years in federal prison and a $750,000 fine. Bedenbaugh faces a possible sentence of 618 years in federal prison and a $13 million fine. That's excellent. We need the rain bin. Okay, Lindsay, thank you so much. Well, every day in communities all across the Eastern Carolinas, thousands of people quietly go about giving something back to the towns they call home.
Some great plays this week. We've had some great plays as the season has gone on. We've had some better games and some better plays, so make sure you go vote.
I bet you get a lot of votes, right?
We do. We had almost 2,700 last week.
Oh my goodness, that is a lot. Super. Thank you, Matt. We're back after the break.